and Pacific. Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8th.
You're watching the Weather Channel. Live by it.
Live from the Weather Channel, this is PM Edition.
It has been a very wet night across the Northeast, and we have had some severe weather in spots. In fact, there is now a flash flood warning for the greater D.C. area. We'll talk more about that, and we'll have your forecast coming up.
Foggy conditions are blanketing the city of brotherly love today, but more than just the fog is rolling into Philly and other cities in the Northeast. Hi, and welcome to PM Edition. I'm Kristina Abernathy.
And I'm Carl Parker. Thanks for joining us. We'll take you first of all into Philly once again and show you what's going on right now. There is some wet weather moving in from the west, and there could actually be some thunder. We've had fog since this morning, and that slowed down the commute. Fog has been around since last night, and with the rain and storms moving in now, it's likely to be slow going this afternoon as well. And that wet weather could continue right through tomorrow. Well, let's talk about what's going on Thursday, and we do expect to see wet weather once again along the East Coast as our front continues along towards the east. Cooler and drier air is moving into the Northeast, so a little taste of fall, back to fall, I should say, for the Northeast. And those above average temperatures will continue in the Southeast. Will be a wet day anywhere from the mid-Atlantic region right on down into the Southeast. There's our front right now. Notice the warm front here kind of snaking through the middle of the Northeast. It actually did not move as far northward as we thought it might yesterday, so it did not turn out to be a much warmer day in, say, New York City and Boston as was advertised. Still pretty cool here, and the warm air still in place farther along towards the south and west. And there's the cool air coming in right there. That's slowly going to make its way into the Northeast over the next couple of days. Let's talk about the rain first of all. It's coming down here in Boston and right down the Mass Pike into Hartford and on into New York City. We do have some thunder now around the New York City area. In fact, here's a closer look for you. Notice the thunderstorms now just passing south of New York and towards the east, then more here into central parts of New Jersey and also now to the west of Philadelphia. And these storms are primarily working along towards the east northeast. You certainly could see some very heavy rain along with thunder and lightning, but we don't have any warnings here right now. That doesn't mean that we won't see one, and there might be some occasional hail or some wind. Farther along towards the south, more storms now extending into northern, northeastern parts of Maryland. We've had some very heavy rain around the D.C. area, and for that reason, there is now a flash flood warning for Loudoun, and Montgomery and Fairfax counties until 6:30 local time. So watch out for high water there. And we also have more showers and storms now extending into areas west of 95 in central parts of Virginia, and a pretty good area of rain down through Charleston, West Virginia, and on into Roanoke as well. So there's the forecast for Thursday, and our boundary will continue to move along towards the east and south here. It will clear things out in some parts of New England tomorrow, northern parts of the Northeast, say around Burlington, but we'll find more rain in Philly and also in D.C. About 67 for your high tomorrow in D.C. and about 61 with mostly cloudy skies in Boston. In the southeast, there's the boundary right there. We still have a lot of moisture sneaking on up, so plenty of showers today in Florida and through a lot of the southeast. Notice that little spin right there. You may recall that we were talking about a feature that was moving across Florida and into the Gulf. That finally moved up and has moved inland, so some showers with that in Mississippi and Alabama. A lot of very heavy rain today across the state of Florida, really coming down in buckets, anywhere from Orlando and on westward over the last 3 hours. That line of showers now just to the west of 75 and getting ready to move offshore very shortly. And into the Atlanta area, a round of rain this afternoon that certainly slowed things down for the afternoon commute. That is now lifting northward, and it looks like we could see more showers tomorrow in many areas of the southeast. Say Charlotte, back towards Memphis, Tennessee, and on into the Dallas area. Should be a nice day in New Orleans and a warm day, about 84 and around 85 with showers and storms in Tampa. Kristina?
Well, let's take a look at what's going on in the Midwest and the Lakes region, and boy, what a mess here. This is the perfect illustration of why it's dangerous to walk, drive, or ride bikes through flood water. Torrential downpours turned streets in Milwaukee into swimming pools last night, and the city has picked up more than 5 inches of rain over the past 4 days. That's the wettest start to November in state history. Well, here's what's going on in the Midwest right now, and you are certainly quieter around Milwaukee this evening. We do have a few snow showers through the plains, a bit of fog, and then some rain and thunderstorms farther southward. We'll take a look at all of that, but here's the big picture, and again, a few snow showers around. We've got that chilly weather in place, but we also see some rain and some thunderstorms moving through Oklahoma and into Arkansas and into Texas, and you've been dealing with that around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, certainly north of there and west, getting a lot of reports of lightning strikes here. It extends up into southeastern Oklahoma, some stormy weather there, and we're seeing even more up into the Fort Smith area, so do watch out for some storms in those areas. Temperatures right now, 39 in Chicago, 32 in Des Moines, and 40 in St. Louis, and we're really seeing some much chillier weather than you saw at this time yesterday as that front has moved through, and it's so chilly that frost and freeze advisories in effect for parts of Missouri and into Kansas. Tomorrow, the forecast calls for 46 in Chicago, 52 in St. Louis, and 46 in Kansas City. Now to the west, where we have a good bit more sunshine than you've been dealing with recently, and a bit of a chance to dry out, although there is rain in your forecast in California. We'll have to keep an eye on that as far as the burn areas and any mudslide potential there. But as for right now, things are pretty quiet, so you're really getting that chance to dry out, not much precipitation at all, and cooler weather. Certainly cool in the interior west, and even farther southward, you're only at 70 in Phoenix. And tomorrow, Phoenix, we think you'll get up to 77.
Well, that is a look at your Thursday forecast, and coming up, we'll take a look at the next 7 days in the Weekly Planner.
Plus, we'll look at your travel forecast, but first, your local on the A's.
Action!